All right, what we're gonna be doing right now, boys, is an Elden Ring boss tier list. So we got all the main Elden Ring bosses, and what we're gonna base this tier list off of is, you know, difficulty and how much, you know, I just think the enemies are cool, basically. So coolness and difficulty, that's what we're basing this tier list off. We're just gonna go one at a time here. Ranala, I mean, her attacks were pretty cool. She was a full magic boss, not that hard. I kind of breezed through her pretty quick just because I was a strength build. I'm gonna put her at like a mid A tier. Not that hard, but still a pretty cool boss. Godric the Graft, easily S tier, only just because of his artwork, the boss location, him being one of the first bosses. It's a good introduction into the Elden Ring bosses. Definitely an S tier. Commander Nile, dude, Commander Nile was hard. I spent a long ass time on Commander Nile. He was pretty cool though, and you get a medallion to go into a secret location of the map. I'm gonna put Commander Nile today. Low A tier, low A tier. You're on him right now, Commander Nile, dude. He is tough, bro. Loretta, Knight of the Howling Tree, he's the boss that you have to fight before you get to Melania. I spent a decent amount of time on him. You know, just him being on horseback, I'm gonna have to put him at B. Any boss on a horseback, I'm just not a fan of. It's just weird. Red Wolf of the Ratagon. I'm not gonna lie, this boss was very forgettable. Yeah, it's really cool animation, really cool artwork, but it was too easy. C tier. The Godskin Apostle. This is the chick that can like stretch out and does the propeller attack. I like this boss. This boss was cool and she was strong. I'm gonna put her just above Loretta, Knight of the Howling Tree, in a B tier. High B. Rykard. He was too easy. I thought the boss location was really cool. The artwork was amazing. And he was gimmicky. You have to use that one special serpent weapon in order to fight him. I just thought that was weird. I don't know. I just wanted to use my regular weapons. We're gonna put him at D. Fire Giant. I hated this boss. He was too big. There was nothing special about Fire Giant at all. He was kind of difficult, but you had to fight him on horseback too. Any horseback related bosses, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to switch this. I'm gonna have to put a Rykard at C just because the animation, the artwork is so cool, and Fire Giant at D. Fire Giant was ass. Yeah, Fire Giant, I'm sorry. D, he sucked, dude. Evaliant Gargoyles. I loved these guys. These guys were really cool. I'm gonna put these at a high C tier. The Mimic tier. This one's cool. This one was shocking. I didn't know this was in the game. You have to literally fight yourself. I thought just the idea was pretty cool. Not that hard though. Not that hard. Low B tier. The Godskin Noble. This guy was dope. We're putting him in A. His attacks were cool. He was challenging. The boss fight area was like really small and confined. A tier. Godfrey, good old Godfrey. This guy was one of the hardest bosses. Most of his attacks one hit. There was not a lot of room for healing at all. And the excitement of just being at the end of the game was insane. He's probably the highest A tier. Yeah, he's so far the highest A tier we have. I almost put him at S, but Godfrey, he's one hell of a boss. The Crucible Knight and Misregotten Warrior. Oh, I remember him. This guy was cool. He was hard. Fun attacks. Fast-paced boss fight. Really fun. And then the Misgotten Warrior, same. Them together it's a good duo. It's a good duo. We're putting him in between Commander Nile and Godskin. There weren't a lot of bad bosses, at least for the main storyline bosses. There weren't a lot of bad ones. Only ones I didn't find enjoyable were the horseback fighting bosses, or bosses that are on a horseback. And that was about it. Margit. Good old Margit. Margit was hard. Margit was enjoyable. Margit was an early game boss. Really sick animations. He's an S tier. S tier for sure. Scourge, Radon. This fight was fucking sick. And I loved it. Like during the first few days of Elden Ring release, everybody was freaking out about this boss. Yeah, cool backstory and really hard. Totally agree. With Scourge Radon, I think a lot of people were stuck on him. A lot of people were trying to hype him up really hard, but he was not that hard. I beat him in less than 3 minutes. I fucking shit on Radon. One of the coolest boss fights of the game, but I think just because of how easy he is, we're putting him at the highest B tier. He was too easy. The Lick Dragon Fortisax. You know, I skipped a lot of dragons. Did not skip this one. This guy was definitely the hardest dragon just because of his attacks. I don't know if it was my build or I wasn't using the right equipment, but literally I was so susceptible to all of his attacks. Really cool boss. We're putting him just under Radon. So he is an optional boss. Morgott the Omen King. Dude, so far, he is my favorite boss. He was shocking to have to, you know, come across him. You think, oh shit, he killed Margit, and now there's Margott, her husband, whatever, the king, the highest S tier. You got to give it to Morgott. I was not ready for him. I wasn't expecting him. I was going right to the Erd tree thinking that all we have left was Ratagon and the Elden Beast, and Morgott comes. He was a good boss. Mog, Lord of Blood, also S tier. I'm gonna put him in between Godric and Margit just because of how hard he was. He was hard and he was fun. He would throw all the fire down on the ground. Really fun fight. I'm so favorable of these bosses. That's hilarious. I haven't put anybody at E yet. I love this game too much. Malekith, dude. Fuck Malekith. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna lie. Malekith was the hardest boss. I don't even know how I beat him. He was so unenjoyable. His first phase was weird. You had to fight those pillars. Remember those pillars you had to dodge around? The second phase animation was really, really cool though. But the second phase, he just flings around with his red magic and it sucks. High C tier. B is champions. This guy, too easy. The summons could have been more interesting in my opinion. It was part of Rena's quest line, right? This boss was weird. I'm putting this also at C, right under Malekith. It was a weird boss. Ratagon of the Golden Order and the Elden Beast. Kind of easy, no? Like after fighting Millennia, after fighting Godfrey, Ratagon and Elden Beast is kind of free. It's kind of free. And I think because of that, I wasn't expecting the last boss to be like this weird mystical Loch Ness monster looking Lugia Pokemon thing. I know it fits with the lore and how he's an alien cosmic beast and landed into the planet and now rules the land as the god, but I think they could have done something different with him. It was weird. He just kind of runs away with you, dips underground, does weird magic stuff, and he doesn't have that many attacks. I think the thing that he does the most is run away from you. And I think because of that, we're putting him just under Scourge Radon. You know, he is the last boss, and that's why he's B. If he wasn't the last boss, you'd be down here with Malekith. The Godskin duo. These guys are challenging, bro. And you know what with these pillars that you kind of have to dodge around and fight around, they're different from the Malekith pillars because these ones break in the environment. This is a good boss. I'm gonna have to put this boss right above Godskin Noble, high A tier. Regal Ancient Spirit, really cool boss. I think this boss is better than the Red Wolf Ratagon. Nah, I'm putting him just under the Red Wolf. The Magma Worm Macker. This is also a really fun boss. The Magma was a bitch. Pretty strong too. Resistant to your attacks. B. The Leon Misbegotten. You know, I haven't played New Game Plus yet, so I haven't gotten a chance to have a rematch with Leon 9, I guess it's called. But I completely forgot about this boss. Pretty forgettable just because you die on purpose and it just kind of introduces you to the game. Drops a pretty lame weapon too, so E tier. Our first E tier of the tier list. The Flying Dragon Aguil. This is the first dragon you fight. This is a horseback torrent fight. Because of that, it has to go B. Just under Loretta. I think that's a good place for it. You know, Loretta was a good fight. Godskin Apostle was a good fight. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Sir Gideon. This guy was fucking easy. I don't know if I was just over leveled or if it was just he didn't have the right magics against me or something, but he was really forgettable. He drops a cool helmet though. We're gonna put him, you know, right under Malekith. He was too forgettable. Still, this guy was fucking sick, dude. Really cool artwork, really cool animations. Not that gimmicky. He has some really cool critical shots where he grabs you and just does some. We're putting him in A. We're putting him right next to Ranala. They kind of have similar above Ranala. They kind of have similar magic abilities, no? The dragon skin soldier. This guy also has really cool animations. The boss fight was too easy though. We're putting him under Sir Gideon. That's a good spot for it. Full grown falling beast. I had a lot of fun fighting this guy. I had to stop and go back to him at another time because I didn't think I was leveled enough. He was really hard. I thought that, you know, after killing him, he was gonna, you know, reveal an item or drop an item or something, but he literally unlocks an entire new area. I thought that was really unique, really cool level design. Because of that, we're putting him right above Godskin Duo. All right, boys. Are you ready? The one we've been waiting for. Millennia. Blade of Nicola. I mean, this is the best boss fight in the entire game. Everybody's heard the legends of Millennia. She holds up to her word. This boss took me like 2 days. Millennia at the top. And there you have it. There's our tier list. I think this is pretty on point.